All right, so in looking at this problem, you have a couple options for this. The first thing I would do is I'd simplify my fraction so the 2's cancel. I have x times x, which gives me an x squared. So I'm just going to combine this all into one single fraction here. Okay, now if I were to rewrite my numerator as one fraction, my LCD would be root x squared plus 1. Remember, x squared plus 1 does not have any factors. It's irreducible. And so if I take the first fraction's numerator, which is root x squared plus 1, and I multiply it by the LCD factor missing from this denominator, it's missing the whole root x squared plus 1. So you're basically multiplying by itself, and another way to say that you multiply something by itself is to say you square that item. Okay, so we're squaring that minus the next fraction's numerator, which is x squared, times the LCD factor missing from its denominator. It's not missing anything. Okay, so if I go ahead and square this square root, the radical and the power cancel. I get x squared minus x squared, so that cancels. So really what I'm looking at is 1 over root x squared plus 1. And then I'm dividing it by this x squared plus 1. So when I divide, dividing is equivalent to multiplying by the reciprocal. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to flip it, the 1 over x squared plus 1. And so when I write my final answer here, across the top I get a 1. I have a common base in my denominator. This is x squared plus 1 to the 1/2 power, if you think of the rational power for a square root. And so when I multiply these two exponents with the exact same base, what am I going to do with their powers? Add them. So x squared plus 1 to the first is like saying 2/2. So 2/2 plus 1/2 is 3/2. And so that would be your simplified form.